So it's just ridiculous.
Yo, you can't. Did they turn off the mic?
No, Mike is. Dirty. Yeah. What else? Well, so kill myself. What was the other one? I'm a loser. What else?
No, your fans are losers. That was
My fans are losers. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
That's true. That's true.
So was there like an argument here, or just ad homs?
People like you argue in bad faith. I don't have enough respect for you to do this.
Okay. So isn't this awesome? This is what, see, I actually like that she did this because this is what progressives do. They come up, they don't actually challenge any of your statements or your, ideologies or your facts. What they do is they just insult you personally, say you're a bad person, kill yourself, and then they take the moral high ground and say you're not even worthy of a debate. Well, let me ask you this. Where have I lied?
Oh my fucking god. Okay. Oh my god, I really didn't want to do this. But the whole thing with Renee Good, right? You're saying like she was doing something illegal. Okay. You know what? I'll meet you there. Okay? Let's say she was doing something illegal. So police are actually trained to use lethal force in only the absolute worst of situations. There's actually a training on what you should do if a vehicle is approaching you that all police officers are forced to take, right? And that definitely, it involves getting out of the way of the vehicle and trying to de-escalate before you shoot someone in the face. So generally.
Okay, so it's kind of interesting that you say that because I actually went through this training that you're trying to talk about, and nowhere in the training do they tell you, okay, here's a class on how to get out of the way of a moving car. No, they teach you how to escalate properly, how to identify threats, making sure that people keep their hands in certain places where you can see them. So there is no specific training because I actually went to the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center. I went through HSI SAT. I was an HSI Special Agent before I did this. So I'm very familiar with ICE training in itself, and there is no specific class at FLETC that says, okay, this is like what you got to do if a car's coming at you. You just need to know, hey, if deadly force is being used against you, which your car absolutely qualifies, has been deemed from Metro case law, you can go ahead and respond with deadly force as well. That's just the reality. Now look, I'm not here to debate the morality of it. I'm here to debate the reality of it and the legality of it. And from a legal perspective, he was 100% justified.
Right. So I mean, if we're like...
You can get on the mic after whoever said that. That's not really relevant to the debate here. That's because that's a subjective thing. Like, one person might say it was immoral, another person will say he was acting in self-defense. So that's a subjective thing. But if you disagree, just get on the line and I'll have a discussion with you. But yeah, sorry. So that is the. So my thing is, it was self-defense. She broke the law. She came at him with a vehicle. It is what it is. I'm not celebrating her death. Like, I'm not one of these sickos that's gonna sit there and be like, yeah, she deserved it. No, but you can't run at a federal agent with a vehicle. I'm sorry, you can't do that.
I mean, you asked me earlier, where did you lie? It is true that there is training on how to deal with specifically a vehicle approaching you. So I don't really know,
No, there isn't.
This is just an example.
I went through the HSI Academy. When I went through in 2013, 2014, it was not there in the curriculum. They teach you defensive driving, but there's no class like, oh, a car's coming at you, get out the way. They put you in different scenarios.
Well,
I'm like the worst person to debate this with because I actually went through the school. So.
Right.
Yeah, so, again, I'm trying to find out where did I lie? Where have I lied yet? Guys, don't heckle her. Let her, you know what I mean? It's a...
Yeah, just haven't played many lately.
Maybe you missed it.
Still can't identify the lie, huh?
It's entirely possible that you missed it. Everyone makes mistakes,
No, because you can't miss classes when you're at FLETC. Everything is documented. Actually, as a matter of fact, you know what they're going to do? They're going to pull up all of his training, as a matter of fact. Anytime there's a use of force situation, and you go, for whether it's a police officer, a special agent, whatever, they almost always pull their academy records to see how were they trained. Like Derek Chauvin, for example, that technique with the knee on the back, he was actually taught that in the police academy. They pulled his records. That was an authorized technique taught by the Minneapolis Police Department.
That's great. I think we're talking past each other. I don't respect you, I'm gonna leave. Bye.
Translation, I lost. Okay, great. This is what happens when women aren't in the kitchen. Hey guys, come on. Let's show a little bit of respect, man. Let's let him get his thoughts out. What's up?
Hi, how's it going?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing just okay. So, you said to begin with you're a Nazi, correct?
Well, I was kind of fucking around, but if you want to go there and say that, that's fine. If you think I'm a Nazi, then I'm a Nazi. Like, I've got to a point now where I don't even care if people call me a Nazi or not. Because it's like, no matter what, if you have any type of conservative or right-wing viewpoints, you're always going to be labeled as a Nazi to somebody.
I disagree.
Hell yeah. I like Minecraft.
What's that?
I disagree.
So you don't think I'm a Nazi?
Well, I don't think all conservatives will be labeled Nazis.
That's
I think conservatism has gone way too far, but that's not the point.
that's fine.
I just want to, so
I just started playing Minecraft recently.
earlier you had asked her, where did you lie, right?
Yeah.
Well, for one, I have not heard you quote any facts or anything so far. So I would just be curious.
Well, we couldn't even get that far because she didn't even. Like,
Sure. So just to be honest, I've never heard of you
Drop your gamer tag in the chat and I'll try and add you or something.
before, and nor did I want to, but I looked you up on.
What time? I don't know. I'll have to add you and next time I'm on. I'll shoot you a thing or request or something.
Instagram before this. So, and the first 5 things that I saw were you being like extremely misogynistic and saying that, men and women are not equal. So I'm just curious, and like I think on the Instagram reel that I saw, you had said that like women are intellectually inferior and should not be trusted to make decisions for themselves. Do you mind expanding upon that and, I don't know, giving any scientific evidence to prove that?
Well, here's the thing. Men are better than women at almost everything. From a physical standpoint, lung capacity, strength, muscle density, heights, aerobic capacity, lung capacity. Like, we're just better at almost everything. We're physically superior to women. And I'm tired of having to, pretend that we're not, right? And it's actually kind of funny because I think men should be providing and protecting for women, because I do think that since we are better than them in most things, we do have a duty and a responsibility to protect them in many ways. So I just don't believe in this egalitarianism between the sexes because it simply doesn't line up with reality.
I was asking for facts, not opinions.
Okay. Did I not just state a bunch of biological facts between men and women, how men are...
All you actually said was that men and women are biologically different, which
That's a
is
fact.
okay.
And that is a fact.
Well, men aren't designed to give to birth children. Women have naturally higher percentages of body fat.
That wasn't my argument.
Right. Well,
I said women
that
are
is your
physically
argument.
inferior
No, I was
to
asking.
women are physically inferior to men,
Okay.
and that's a fact.
Okay.
You asked me like what?
But that's not. But wait. So to go back to what I actually asked, I said on the Instagram reel, you had quoted as being said, women are intellectually inferior and not to be trusted to make decisions for themselves. Do you mind supporting that with scientific facts and/or evidence?
Yeah, I mean, here we go. Every thriving society has been a patriarchy for the most part. Men built the
That's
world
not
around
true.
you, as a matter of fact. Everything that you
That's
see and enjoy here was built by men, created by
That's
men, thought of
incorrect.
by men. Women don't
That's
really
incorrect.
provide infrastructure like that.
That's incorrect.
Women don't provide infrastructure?
Thank you.
One more time.
I said, so you don't even know what you're disagreeing with, you're just disagreeing.
One more time, please.
What I said was, men create the world that we exist in. Women don't. Every society that's ever thrived has been a patriarchy. It's been led by men to some degree.
Which society?
Now, we can use ours, for example. Like,
Which one?
men create Okay, now you're just being...
No, seriously. Are you talking about
See, it's
America, the
interesting
U.S.?
because
No.
I
are
give you
talking
facts,
about
and
the United States
then you
of
move the
America right now?
goalposts. It's like, what is your point here? Like, I've given you several examples of how men are superior to women, and you still are saying, oh, well, what's your facts? I'm telling you the facts. You say, well, what's your facts? Are you going to engage with what I told you? Like I told you
Yes,
already.
I am.
Men are superior to women in almost every single way. Everything on earth, all the modern conventions, for the most part, the majority, have been created by men. The infrastructure and the technology that we enjoy was created by men. Men are born to lead, women are born to follow.
Okay,
this
that's
is
just
shown
like
in our
saying-
sexual attraction to
So
each
you're
other.
gonna let me respond?
Women want. Okay.
You're asking me a
Just-
question and then you're just talking.
Well, you asked me for the facts, and I'm just giving you a bunch.
That's not facts. You're saying things. You're just like, oh yeah, this is a thing and this is a thing, but
Let me ask you this.
you're not actually saying what society. You're talking about the Mayans, the Incans, are we talking about Germany or the United States? Like, what are we talking about?
They're all patriarchies, is my point.
No, they're not.
Yes,
What are
they
you
are.
talking about? Egypt
Yes,
is
they-
not a patriarchy.
And the ancient Egyptians,
Right.
and they got conquered. Boom. Like, it's like, bruh. It's like, dude,
Wait.
like, they're, like, well, okay, well, you concede that men are physically superior to women. We can start there. Men are physically superior to women. We can see that.
There are biological differences between men and women, yes.
And that makes men better than women or physically superior to women.
In what sense? Men can't get birth. I mean, in my opinion, women are physically superior because they can give birth. So, and that's a difference of opinion right there, not facts.
Okay.
Give me a fact.
Well, we're going to talk about tangible assets that make them superior. We're talking about strength, height, lung capacity, speed, agility, coordination, reflexes.
Okay, so
Men
wait.
are superior
I'm
in
gonna
every
ask
single
my
way. You
question
gave
for a
one,
third time.
and here's the other thing too.
Please wait.
Because only
Please
women
wait.
can have children.
Please wait.
Men can't have children, but in everything where
Please
they can
wait.
actually compete, men are superior. That's my point.
Okay, hold on. So I'm going to ask my question that I now have asked twice before because you did not understand the first time and you asked me to repeat the second time, okay? Number 3, Myron. Ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, because look, everybody here is like on the same page. Like, dude,
Myron, listen for a second. Open your ears, okay?
I'm listening.
Ready? You are quoted as saying, women are intellectually inferior to men and should not be trusted to make decisions for themselves. I am not talking about biological physical capacity here. I am talking about our brains, which clearly you do not have. Please respond to the question that I asked. How do you scientifically support that with facts?
Sure. When I talk about, so you want to be specific and focus on, because you did two things. First, I said women are inferior, so we talked about the biology, which I think I've explained that now at this point. Now you want to talk about the part where they can't make their own decisions. You want to talk about that part now? Because it was a two-part question.
Yes, I actually did ask the first time, the second time, and the third time about women's intellectual capacity.
Well, I gave you a bunch of facts, and you kept just
Yes.
not trying to engage with it. So let's go into the second one. So when I say women shouldn't be making their own decisions or whatever else like that, what I'm saying is, well, here we have is feminism, right? Women have the ability to pick any man that they want. They have more liberal. They have all the freedom, right, and liberty to do whatever the hell they want nowadays, right?
A
So why is it
situation.
that less women are happy, more women can't find a boyfriend, relationships are in the shitter, divorce rates are high, overwhelmingly initiated by women, by the way. Marriage
According
rates
to
are
what
plummeting.
study?
Women are complaining all the time about not being able to find a guy.
According to
Despite
what
the
study?
fact, when women are polled about dating, they always give negative analysis
Did
on
you not hear
what
me?
it is.
I said according to what study? You still have not given
If
me
you
any
look at
actual...
dating, if you look at dating statistics, women are overwhelmingly not happy with dating and not satisfied with the quality of men that are out there. They complain all the time. Cornell did a study where women found like 60% plus of men as, like around 80% of men as economically unattractive. Like, the reality is simply this: most
According to
women
what study?
don't want most men. Okay, however,
According
most
to what
men-
study? You still haven't quoted anything.
Okay, a majority of women are single. What's that mean?
According to what study? You still haven't given me
Okay,
the
this
numbers
fucking
on it.
guy, man. Do I need a study to say that 1 + 1 is 2? Do I need a study to say the sky is fucking blue? Do I need a study to
Don't
say you're being a
strawman me.
retard right now?
Stop
Like,
strawmanning
I
me
don't.
right now.
Like,
Myron, shut the fuck up. Stop strawmanning me right now and respond to the fucking question, you bitch. Seriously.
hold on. I don't know what this creature is, so I don't want to come off as misogynistic. I don't know if your name is Tom or Tommy, but the point is you're being a fucking retard right now, and someone needs to tell you this. And this, quite frankly, is exactly why training shouldn't have guns. You're fucking insane,
Oh my god.
and you guys don't live in reality. If I
I'm
ask you
not
right
the
now,
one who can't respond to a question, so...
yeah, well, no. It's just like you're purposely being dense for no reason.
No, not at all.
You're telling me I need a study on women being dissatisfied with dating.
No, I'm asking where you're getting your
All
numbers
over the
from, because
place.
you're just throwing like
And-
60%
and more-
out here, and
and
you're
most
like, oh, the
women-
majority of
and
women
more-
are unhappy.
I just
Where are you
gave
getting that from?
I just gave you dating and mating relationship statistics just now.
No, you... From where? From your own experience?
Marriage
Is that
rates
from you
are
being
down.
at the bar and overhearing
Marriage
this
rates
chick
are
at the bar?
down.
Like, what are you talking about?
Marriage rates are down. Divorce rates are down. Bridal companies are shutting down. David's Bridal shut down. Okay, like the entire marriage economy has been dying.
Probably
for
because the
years.
actual economy is failing. Yeah, what the fuck?
See, I give him a fact, then he goes ahead and moves the goalpost again. I'm giving
No,
you
I'm not
statistics.
moving any goalposts.
All right, man. This guy, it's like you can't win. Even if you tell him the truth, it's
I
like
use she,
whatever.
their pronouns and I identify as non-binary. Thank you.
What do you identify as?
Non-binary.
It should be non-brain. That's what it should be.
Okay.
Like someone
Go
like
ahead,
this is
call
this
me-
is just
you
Looney
can call
Tunes.
me if you want. That does not matter to me.
No,
I
no,
think
it,
it's
like
actually-
here's the thing.
I'm still talking.
Here's the problem.
This is very interesting.
Let me ask you this: how many genders are there?
As
See,
many as you want.
no, and that's the beauty. See,
Why does it matter to you?
it's very
Are you
difficult to
straight?
debate these people because they don't live in fucking reality. So if you don't live in reality, we can't even have a foundation to
Gender's
have
a
a real
social
argument.
construct, honey.
Gender's a social construct.
Yes.
Okay, were you born? Well, I'm gonna assume you're probably born with a dick, right?
You have no idea what's in my pants.
Yeah, dude. This
He did
is.
not ask a question. He said, I'm assuming.
These guys don't live in reality.
Dick.
These
He
guys-
said, I'm assuming you were born at the dick. That was not a question.
Okay. These guys don't live in reality. So, and this the problem is that since you don't live in reality, if you can't even identify how many genders there are, we can't even have a more complex conversation on more nuanced topics because we don't even have a foundation of reality here. Right?
Because, wait, so just to be
And this
clear-
is why,
wait,
quite
wait, hold on.
frankly,
Don't
to
talk
be
over
very
me.
candid,
Don't talk over
this
me.
is
Hold
not
on.
your
No,
show.
please, wait.
To be
You've
very
been talking
candid,
too much. Hold
this
the
isn't
fuck
your
up.
show.
No, hold the
This
fuck
isn't your
up.
show.
I don't give a fuck. Hold the
Okay.
fuck up.
Okay,
Why don't
anyway.
you shut the
This
fuck
is
up?
precisely why trannies should not have guns. This is precisely why they're mentally insane. They don't live in objective reality. They don't understand how the world works. To them, the sky's green when it's clearly
Hello?
blue. So it's
Hello?
just ridiculous.
Yo, you can't. Did they turn off the mic?
No, Mike is still on. We can hear you. Well, let's get ready to get the next person
Okay,
on.
look.
I'll give you the last word. Go ahead. I'll give you the last word.
Stop
Let him-
talking
let him-
over me.
let him say what
I'm
he
gonna
has to
keep
say,
talking
guys.
over you.
Let him-
You're
let
gonna
him-
do it to me. I'm gonna do it to you.
I'm saying
No, literally, shut the
I'm
fuck
saying
up.
what-
Shut the fuck up. I mean, this isn't even a debate because you're not responding to the questions. You still did not answer how women are intellectually inferior, which was the first 4 times I asked. So,
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Most geniuses are men. The world was created by men. That's why they're intellectually superior. There you go. All the evidence is around you. Most geniuses are men. Everything is created by men. There you go. And if you look around, literally, I'm proving my point. But this is the issue, man. Like, oh man. Yeah, every time I talk to a tranny, it just makes me say even more so, like, these guys can't have guns, bro. They're fucking crazy. Like, if they can't even identify how many genders we have, like, what? They don't live in reality. It's like, to them, it's like fucking Looney Tunes.
I'm not trans though.
No, not you. I'm talking about the other guy. Or girl, or whatever that thing was. But anyway, what's your question or debate topic?
Alright, bro. I'm gonna need your best professional, political, analytical, like, mindset on this, bro. Alright? You promise me that?
This guy smoked the fucking blunt before getting on here.
Nah, bro.
Holy shit, this guy's
Alright,
cooked.
alright.
Bro has sunglasses on at night, man.
Alright, chill. Alright. You're 1 inch in an ICE officer, and an ICE officer is 1 inch in you. Which way are you moving? And you can't say neither, or else your whole fucking family is deported.
They're what is a one? He's 1 inching?
No. You're 1 inch into an ICE officer, and an ICE officer is 1 inch into you. Is the scenario?
What?
It's like you're fucking, bro.
Yeah, let's go to the next person. Next person.
Whole family's deported, yo.
Guys, let's try to have like above 50 IQ conversations, please. No more higher drunk people.
Family's supported, bro.
Hi, what's up?
Hi. I want to ask, do you know the basic debate structure? And you know what a debate is?
Sure. What do you want to? What's your point here?
Okay. Then here, I want you to explain your point for ICE did nothing wrong. Explain your reason.
Overall, or we're talking about good specifically?
I would talk about good specifically because I actually want to have a dialogue.
Okay. She was there impeding a ICE operation, which is illegal. Officers came up to her, gave her a lawful command to step out the car. She disobeyed, backed up the car. One of the ICE officers drew their gun. They gave more lawful commands. She drove towards him. Whether she moved her wheel in a certain way and didn't try to hit him or not isn't really relevant. What is relevant is that she drove the car towards him, which can be interpreted as utilizing deadly force. He reciprocated in self-defense with deadly force, and he stopped the threat.
Fair enough. Okay, so can we agree that ICE follows under the DOJ projects as a law enforcement?
No, because they're under the Department of Homeland Security, but they follow the Constitution when it comes to use of force.
But did you know that the Department of Homeland Security actually follows the same legal precedents of DOJ, specifically when it comes to actually enforcing their laws?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So what's your...
My point
Because
is-
policy and law are two different things, so that's why I want to make sure...
Yeah. So I prepared something because I may not be a former policeman, but I'm trained to be a lawyer. So how about this? So how about this? So can we agree that ICE agents generally have to follow the law and the Constitution?
Yep.
Okay. So we want to specifically follow under, say, ICE was started through the Immigration and Nationality Act. True?
No, they started with the
Shut up, bitch!
Department of Homeland Security Act,
Which-
2003.
Yeah.
But they
which-
enforced the INA.
Yeah, exactly. They were basically supported through the INA.
They enforced the INA.
They were
And for
actually,
those of you that are wondering, Immigration Nationality Act is what she's referring to.
yep. And let's say this. How about this? Under the NIA,
Yeah, that damn cat escaped again. Rascal.
Section 1357, powers of immigration officers and employees, subsection G1 states that an immigration officer must carry out such function to the extent consistent with state and local law. True?
Say that again?
This is a direct quote. Immigration officers must carry out such function to the extent consistent with state and local law. That is a direct quote from the law.
Well, again, that's open to interpretation based on certain facts and circumstances. But what is your conclusion here then?
Okay, so here, let's keep going down. So basically, we're finding that the legal precedent when it comes to murder and specifically police force use of a deadly weapon follows ICE, correct?
Well, it follows the law.
Yeah, and ICE is under the law.
Yep. So what's your...
Okay, so perfect. So I want to specifically talk about how when it is available or when it is all right to use deadly harm, when say for a police officer, for example, because it's the same thing. And again, you would know this.
Okay, go ahead.
The main thing is that a police officer is only able to use deadly force when they are reasonably in danger. True? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
So here, let's go specifically. Title I, Section 16.2 of the Justice Manual, which follows the DOJ, again, this DOJ, and also it follows state, local, and federal law, is said that a law enforcement enforcer is not permitted to use deadly force unless the enforcer has reasonable belief that the suspect poses an imminent danger of death or serious physical injury. True?
Yep.
Okay, so the conditions of that, of what they have to prove, isn't just match what they think. We can't just go truly by this, but the specific law indicates that one of the limits is deadly force may not be used solely to prevent the escape of a fleeing suspect, including in a moving vehicle.
Yep.
So we agree, he did not shoot the gun to stop the car. You say that?
Stop the
No,
threat!
he shot because she was using the car as a weapon. That's the difference.
Okay, but specifically using...
Two crimes can be committed at the same time.
Yes.
So the car has a dual purpose because it's not just, it's being used to escape while simultaneously also being used as a weapon. Since it got used as a weapon, that's what justified him using deadly force. Now, here's the thing you gotta understand, because I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to go on a technicality, whatever. Let's make this very simple for the audience.
Well, because facts don't care about your feelings, apparently.
Well, I'm gonna give you right now. I'm gonna give you the facts. You mentioned imminency.
What the fuck
The
is
car was
wrong?
coming at him. Imminent danger.
Ah!
Deadly weapon. He has his gun. Car versus gun. Proportionate. Another part of it as well. Also, law enforcement officers don't have a duty to retreat, according to the state, like the state of Minnesota mandates for other situations. Law enforcement a lot of times actually has to escalate to go ahead and be able to do their job appropriately. So again, they gave her lawful commands. He had his gun out. She drove towards him. A reasonable person, because that's what he's going to be judged on, not 20/20 hindsight like you're trying to do right now. A reasonable person would see a car coming at them after they've been told to stop and get out. That not only is she trying to run away, she's trying to run me over, which she actually did do, and he did get hit in the process, but he was able to move out the way while simultaneously shooting and defending himself. This is very simple, open shut, self-defense. The car is a deadly weapon, whether you want to accept it or not. It is what it is. The real reason, though, why everyone is bitching is because it was a woman, right? And people say, oh my God, he killed an innocent woman. But the reality is she was committing a crime. She committed a felony, and she tried to run him over in the process. And the car was a deadly weapon.
Yes, and I can see that. Again, I'm not here to talk specifically about the legality of Renee Good. And
That's what I'm arguing. What are you arguing then? I thought we were talking about facts, not feelings.
I'm talking about Jonathan Ross's action, who is the officer that shot her.
Okay. He was
Yes.
justified.
No, actually, because again, according to the DOJ, which has been admitted and thoroughly reviewed by this presidency and the federal bureaucracy, so it's still by their law, specifically firearms may not be discharged solely to disable moving vehicles, true, but a person in the vehicle is threatening the officer or another person with deadly force by means other than the vehicle. And the specific goes, or the vehicle is operated in a manner that threatens to cause death. Is that
Yeah.
true? Okay.
The vehicle is being operated in a manner to cause damage or death, yes.
Okay.
So that
Have you watched the
justifies
videos?
it. A car is looked at as a deadly weapon.
Have you watched the video specifically of Jonathan Ross's phone?
Yes, I saw him get hit. You can
Okay.
you can literally hear the wind get knocked out of him when he gets hit. He's surprised when she
Did
drives.
you see what happened before?
He was walking around recording the car.
Yes. No, and in that video, you can see Renee Nicole Good say, I am not mad at you, smiling with her right hand on the
She was
wheel
being
and
sarcastic.
her left hand out.
She was being sarcastic. Anyone with half a brain knows that she was being
But it's
sarcastic.
still, they don't know. Again, if we're going to be reasonable, you want to say this. Again, it was clear that her hands were in view. It's clear she didn't have a weapon readily available to her that she could instantly grab.
What part of the car is the weapon do you not understand?
No, because here, I'm going to get to that. Because the thing is about a moving vehicle, there has to be a reasonable obstruction of being able to move out of the way in a defensive manner. That is actually another subsection of when you can use, you say, self-defense. So there had to be a manner in which...
Police don't have a duty to retreat.
No, they have a duty to protect themselves, actually.
And they don't have a duty to retreat. They don't have it. See, this is what you're not getting. It's funny that you're mentioning the DOJ and you're mentioning how he allegedly broke laws of the DOJ. If that's the case, why isn't the AUSA's office prosecuting him? This would be a slam dunk for them, right? This would be awesome. Let's go ahead and go after him.
They're working on it right now, actually.
No, he's not going to get indicted. As a matter of fact, a bunch of AUSAs resigned because they're progressives and they're mad that he's not going to get charged.
Okay.
So you're wrong once again. Anybody else?
No, I'm not wrong, actually, because I
What?
haven't gotten to there. No.
She got cooked all over the place.
Finish? Okay, so it's specifically, again, the moving on danger. If you see the video, he has about 2 to 3 space from where the car is, where he is, and where the road is. So there's reasonable doubt that he was able to go back and actually move out of the way. So he has the ability to defend himself, and he specifically stayed in the way of the car, which, again, you can see for 2 straight seconds, you can see her start to move and turn the wheel to the right. Stop. She backs up. First, away from him, he steps forward. You can see 2 whole seconds of her fully turn the wheel away from him, and then she moves. There is an incredible amount of evidence that he has saw it because of the video. So he has he has reason to see that she wasn't planning on hitting him because she was literally moving out of the way. So I'm saying his use of deadly force was not self-defense. It was truly a case of just, for me, idiocracy.
And this is why women should never be in positions of power. Holy shit. See, because here's the thing that she doesn't understand. He's not going to sit there, right?
Also-
Like this is what you need to get, right? Like as someone who's worked in law enforcement, anyone that's been military, law enforcement, anyone that understands using firearms and self-defense and using deadly force, he's not going to sit there and be like, okay, she turned the wheel 7 degrees to the right here. It probably
wasn't
won't hit
7,
me.
it was a
Let me-
full
let me go
180.
ahead. Let me go ahead and just get out the way this much, and I won't no. They gave her lawful commands. She didn't comply. She backs
Watch
up the car.
the video.
She backs up the car. They still are giving her lawful commands. Gun is out. A reasonable person at that point would be like, okay, she's gonna stop. No, she guns it towards him. Now I see what you're saying. She spun the wheel this way. She might have not been intending to hit him. That doesn't matter. What matters is did he behave reasonably given the facts and circumstances when he pulled that trigger? And a lot of people put in that situation would probably pull the trigger. That's what determines the reasonableness. I guarantee, if you were in that situation and you were in front of her like that, and you gave her lawful commands and you have the gun out, and she started going at you, you'd fucking shoot. And
I
it's
wouldn't
funny,
use a
women
deadly
almost
force. I would
always
use other
force
ways.
more than men do.
Or at least
when
you'd
they're
shoot the
cops.
car. You wouldn't shoot her. You'd shoot the tire to stop her. Again, there's a way to do it. And also, again, I don't
Okay,
even know why I
so
debated you,
law
because if you don't
enforcement-
view
because
me as a human
okay,
being,
as a-
then you know what, I hope you get no pussy for the rest of your life, and I bet your dick is a carrot.
Yeah.
God bless, fuck you.
This is why we gotta keep these women in the kitchen. This is why they gotta be in the kitchen. Ridiculous. See, like, she's arguing on feelings, and she doesn't understand that reasonableness is not based on 20/20 hindsight like she's trying to do, talking about the wheel, whatever. And there's another thing too also that people need to understand. If you're in front of a car, can you see how fucking far the wheel turned? A lot of times you can't. Can't see the wheel well. So like all you see is just the car going like this if you're standing directly in front of it. So people are crazy, dude. People are crazy. If anybody hires her as a lawyer, you're cooked, bro. You're gonna go to jail. Just take the plea deal, man. Just plead.
Just about ready for some brunch.
Bro, you just take the plea deal, man. All right, what's up?
I'm just asking for your opinion on the Israel versus Palestine conflict.
Okay. Israel is a pariah state. We need to stop giving them aid and support. Zionism has created a lot of problems. I don't want any more foreign wars. We're on the brink right now, potentially getting into a conflict with Iran because of Israel. And Jews have too much power in America.
Thank you.
No worries.
What up, Meyer?
Yo,
All right, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you as well.
I just got out of class a second ago, so I kind of want to revisit something I heard you were talking about. You were,
Okay.
I believe you were talking about if the degree that being fat is a choice.
Being fat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about that?
Well, I didn't really mention being fat, but I do think being fat is a choice. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, I wanna emphasize I'm a big fan of like empirical evidence. You know, I'm a biochemist, sophomore year. I'd like to also say I probably have some qualifications. You know, 4-year, I consider myself an advanced lifter. So, my question is, to what degree do you think that being fat is a choice? Like percent, let's say.
Well, I mean, if you decide to order pizza and then put the pizza in your mouth, I would say that's a choice. And then if you choose to do
True.
that over and over, that's a choice. Then if you decide to not exercise after the fact, that's a choice. If you decide to not drink water and drink beer instead, that's a choice. If you decide to not eat vegetables and eat candy instead, that's a choice. So yeah, being a fat ass is completely a choice. It's unacceptable.
All right. So as a baseline, I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
Fair.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there, but I also just kind of wanted to acknowledge that there can exist other factors, like third variables that have an influence on that, and I'll elaborate. So we have a
Well, not everybody's going to have the same metabolic capacity. We understand some people have a higher, resting
Yeah,
metabolism. But the reality is like, for some people, it might be harder to lose weight, but it's still a choice no matter what.
Okay, I agree with that. What I wanted to come here and say though, there's a ton of study on our total daily energy expenditure, right? It's divided into like TAE, which is basically thermodynamic effect when you're eating. We have EAT, which is your actual exercise activity thermogenesis.
Yep.
NEAT, which is like your fidgeting, walking.
Non-exercising,
Yeah, and then we also have our BMI, which is
BMR, basal metabolic rate, right?
yeah,
Yep.
or BMR, sorry.
BMR, yeah.
And we definitely can impact that, but that's lesser to a degree of our choice. But as like fruitful as all of those sciences are in the biomedical field, as valuable as that information is, I think it's equally as scientific and important to recognize other studies like anthropology and one's like socioeconomic status as a bearing onto their ability to like lose some pounds, if you know what I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing. If we're going to bring in socioeconomic status, like being poor is a choice too.
To an extent. I think
It's absolutely a choice.
everything in this world is black or white, or not everything. I'm in a gray area, and I think it's wrong to portray it as either black or white. And there's always extraneous.
Oh yeah. Some of these people, they're taking out their hate for their ex on Myron because he's saying the shit that their exes said or some shit.
Circumstances for any argument you make, and that's why I wanted to highlight the matter of anthropology.
I disagree with that. I think that's a bunch of faggotry. I think if you're gonna, I think being poor is absolutely a choice. And you know, I know a lot of people make excuses for, oh, I'm black, bro, systemic racism, man, or I'm a woman, I can't get ahead. It's like, nah, dude, you like in America, like if you work really hard, you can absolutely make something of yourself. There's a reason why people immigrate here. There's a reason why this is called the land of opportunity. Our capitalistic society is set it up where it's a meritocracy-based system, and if you work really hard, you can overcome stuff. I mean, there's plenty of retards that can barely read that are multimillionaires. You know what I mean? So you look at like Floyd Mayweather and Kai Cenat, these guys can't even read a page from that kind of hat, but they're fucking multimillionaires. They're retards and they made it. So there's ways. I truly do think being poor is a.
Yeah, they retards and they made it. And they didn't do hard work though.
Voice.
All right, now you did list some pretty good like anecdotal examples,
Sure.
But as a bottom line, I'd like to also highlight some other like third variables. Like, are you familiar with gerrymandering?
Who's that?
So basically, congressmen are responsible for the district lining in states. And the way our voting system works is if a state receives a majority district, let's say the Republican majority, then all of the state's electoral votes are going to be conceded to the Republicans. That being said, yeah, that's how voting works. We'll get there, bro. Basically, there's two strategies in gerrymandering: packing and cracking. Yeah, cracking. And then packing refers to placing all of someone in a marginalized community, like let's say all your black people of a state, into a particular district. They might win that district over 1 out of the 13, but in the end, they still lose the 12 other districts, and in the end, all of the electoral votes are conceded to their opposition political party, effectively stripping them of their political voice and legitimacy. What's your opinion on that?
Well, whoever's in office doesn't dictate if you're poor or not.
The congressmen definitely have a bearing on whether or not you stay in some of these gerrymandered districts because they are responsible for making the lining.
Yeah, but a lot of successful people don't even know who their congressman is or care.
There's a lot of successful people, that's true, but that's not, that doesn't disprove my point. That's anecdotal evidence. That's a counterexample.
What I'm saying is that the people that are in office don't dictate how hard you work. Now, for some people, that might mean you might need to work harder than others. Some people are naturally gifted, some others aren't. But whoever's in office as your congressman does not, or even your president, like, they're not going to hold you back from success to the same degree that you're going to hold yourself back. I think, and this is the problem, is like we're very comfortable with blaming, external factors that a lot of times are out of our control as to why we're not successful. And that is why we have so many of the problems that we have. I think people need to bear a bit more accountability and responsibility to themselves, where if you're poor, it's really your choice. That you made bad financial decisions, you didn't learn a skill. You can't blame the government for everything.
Okay, I could understand that to an extent, but that is mostly referring to the people that are of legal age, above 18, that have that sort of proactivity and a locus of control where they can actually enact that change to make their lives better, correct?
Okay, so now you're saying it's only for adults? Like,
I'm getting there. I just wanted to see that you're on the same page. No, that's not what I'm saying though. All right, so picture yourself, you're born, you're wee little jit, right? You're like 10 years old. Your mom is feeding you off of.
So your argument is you don't think being poor is a choice?
I'm arguing that it's.
You can be born poor. Let me be clear about this. You can be born poor. You can come in from a poor family, but staying poor is absolutely a choice.
All right, that can be argued, but I kind of want to focus on the aspect of fatness.
I grew up poor. I remember waking up and trying to get cereal and there was like cockroaches in the cereal bag. I remember milk going bad. I remember like not being able to afford clothes. Like I remember all that stuff. And you can only do so much when you're a kid. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But once you become an adult, at some point you have to bear responsibility for your life circumstances. And if you're broke still and you're like in your 20s or you're out of your parents' house, like what are you doing? Like, or if you're not working towards something, you don't have to be rich now, but you can't blame a poor upbringing on poor behavior later on.
Okay, that's fair. But
let's get to the next person because I know completely off topic and.
Can I get like 20 seconds max?
This guy.
All right. So when you're a kid, your formative eating habits are mainly dictated by your parents and what they give you. And if you're like 10 years old and you're giving your cereal all these like processed ass foods like cereal and shit like that, that's going to set them up wrong. That's going to be the determining factor of why they're obese later in life. And I agree that that's their choice, but until they're 18, that's realistically and epigenetically a result of their parents' decision onto them. Do you agree with that?
Okay, and then they can change, or they could stay a fat ass.
They can. I agree with that. They do have the propensity to change. They do have the propensity to be a fat ass. But habits are break to change. They're hard to change as human.
Okay, all right. All right. Thanks again, Beans. Appreciate you, my friend. Hey guys, let's focus on disagreements or whatever, or if you guys want to talk ice or anything else.
What's up, Myron? I appreciate you coming out here. I wanted to ask about your opinion on the capture of Maduro and if it was justified or not.
I'm not a fan of it. There's a bunch of reasons why we did it, but to keep it simple and not put people to sleep here, I'm not a fan of invading a country, capturing their leader, using a drug trafficking warrant as an excuse to do so, when there's other real reasons why they did it that are have to deal with the economy.
Right now, I'm just watching Myron Gaines doing a little. It's kind of like a Charlie Kirk style thing, where he has people come up to the mic, except he's more of he's different, a lot different than Charlie.
And reserve currencies that had a special dollar on sort of stuff, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of it in general because in the short term we will benefit, but I think in the long term this is going to bite us in the ass when it comes to foreign relations and our standing in the international community in a ever-growing multipolar world.
Do you think that's kind of like pushing forward, a regime change in Iran or like a conflict there?
Yeah, I mean that was a part of the strategy. I know Netanyahu was very happy with the capture of Maduro. Maduro never recognized Israel as a state. He wasn't really a fan of Zionism. He understood the Palestinians' plight. So yeah, for them they're like, yeah, get this guy out of here. So they're happy about it. But yeah.
I just had another quick question about Fresh. I was wondering, like, is he a co-host or is he like an example like on your show?
Oh, he's co-host.
Not like an example of like what not to do.
Oh my gosh. Nah, man, he's the co-host, bro.
Right. I love you, Myron.
Right. All right, thanks, man.
Example of
Hey man.
Bro, just waiting for that, huh? First and homie, man. All right, what's up?
Hey man, how are you? How you doing?
Good. What's up? What's your disagreement?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just thankful to be here and thankful for the things that you taught me and everything. If you don't know me, I'm gay. Just saying that I'm gay. I just want to say thank you for teaching me about politics. Thank you for teaching me about women, how useless women are. Thank you.
Jesus.
What
the fuck?
They really are useless.
What is this guy's
Thank you
deal?
for about the gym and everything, and just about the weight that you me and you spoke about on the weight classes and everything. I tried to gain 160 and I just couldn't. Last time I tried to like eat a lot, and what happened was I threw up and then my mom beat the shit out of me because I was like
Okay. Shit.
Yeah.
But no, man, I appreciate that, bro. Look, I'm not here to get guys to hate women.
that
My
guy
job
doing
is
a
to
bit?
get you guys to understand women so that you don't hate them, right? I think one of the biggest
I think that guy's doing a bit. That guy did not seem real.
mistakes that young men make, and men in general, is they look at women as the equal. And when you look at someone as the equal, you hold them to equal standards of yourself. And when you do that, what ends up happening is you're going to always be disappointed because, unfortunately, women are not looking for an equal, even though they say that they are. They're looking for a superior. This is why women in general overwhelmingly prefer a man that's taller, makes more money, has more status. Like, women are not looking for an equal. They're looking for a leader. So I think if guys go into relationships with that mindset where I have to be the leader, I need to be the superior individual, they won't be as disappointed and won't be as mad. A lot of the frustration that men deal with women comes from them holding them to a masculine burden of performance, and simply put, that's not what's going to happen when it comes to women. They always reserve the right to get the best guy that they want. So you got to rise up to that occasion. But anything else, bro? And then we'll go to the next person just because
This is one thing, that's it. This is one thing, that's it. Just thank you for helping me not being a simp again. I was a simp before, you know. I was a simp before, but since watching you and everything, you know.
Simp
Thank
before.
you.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm glad I was able to help. And don't worry, we'll take pictures after.
He's not simping no
What's that,
more.
man?
Hey, man, I missed you earlier.
Good to see you again. Yeah, I remember. You're the only nigga here, bro. So I knew what time it was right away.
My question is...
It's like me and you only. Are there anybody? Yeah, it's just us.
Hey, it is just us. Okay,
Yeah.
my question is, why do you tell men that they should sleep with 50 women before settling down, even though that shows that it reports lower long-term marital satisfaction and it weakens your ability to pair bond if you sleep with 50 women?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. So that is a part of a 5-part thing that I say. So I think for men, right, in today's day and age, number one, I don't think marriage is set up for men to win. I think it's a losing deal for a majority of men, unfortunately. So if guys do want to get married, I always say you should have 5 things in place. 1, make 6 figures per year, at least, so that you can actually have a family. Number 2, have 6 months to 1 year of savings. Number 3, be in shape. Number 4, be 35 years old. Actually, a new study just came out saying men that are 35 and older when they get married have longer lasting marriages. Recently just came out. And then the 5th one is 50 women. Now the reason why I tell...
Yeah, it was kind of rainy. It's pretty wet out right now. It's not currently raining though.
guys to have 50 women isn't...
I'm looking at some. I gotta buy like a bike helmet, but none of the ones that I found for like cheap. I don't like any of the ones I found that are kind of cheap. But the one that I like is like $150, and like that's just for the fucking helmet. Like that's crazy prices.
so that you can be a whore and just run around. It's so that you can kind of knock the luster off of females. The problem is that a lot of guys pedestalize women and sexuality from women, and they'll do stupid shit to get said sexuality. So I just want guys to be in a position where sex isn't novel to them, where they're doing stupid stuff and going, jumping over, jumping through hoops to get it. Because a lot of guys will simp and put themselves in extremely compromising situations and be with women that have glaring red flags and overlook these red flags because of their dick. So I just don't want guys to be controlled by their dick. And typically, the women that you've dealt with, the more you're able to notice red flags, the more you're able to not pedestalize them, the more you're able to understand how they really move. And that's really what it comes down to. So I just want guys to go in to a marriage, if they do decide to do it, from a position where your wife can't tell you some dumb shit like go take out the trash or else you're not going to get any sex. And then your dumb ass like, okay, I will. Like, you need to get into a point where you have the wherewithal to know how to deal with it properly. And I would say if you have those 5 things in place, 100K per year, if not more, 6 months to 1 year of savings, be in shape, 35 years old, 50 women, you're going to be a higher level guy where a lot of women will submit to you. Because women can only submit to men that they feel are superior to them. Now, this is an ugly truth that none of them want to admit, right? And obviously academia will never want you guys to hear this because it's considered misogynistic and fucked up. But these are the ugly realities about female nature and the mating practice. It's just that we've modernized so much that we don't like to tell these ugly truths because we want women to not feel bad. But this is the truth.
A lot more sense than I thought it was going to make. I also want to know, why are you anti-monogamy?
It's not that I'm anti-monogamy, I'm anti-men not making choices. So most guys are monogamous by choice. Now, let's say you're a religious guy, you figured out women, you got your money together, whatever, and you say, you know what, I'm with this woman, I want to be monogamous to her. This is my choice. Fine, I'm cool with that. My problem is when guys come in, happy wife, happy life, I'm here at the old ball and chain, like, yeah, I gotta do what she says, she's the boss. Like, that's a bunch of faggotry. Like, anyone that does that shit is literally a cuck. It should always be your woman follows you, you call things, and you always reserve the right to, if you want to get other chicks, you can. Now, if guys want to be monogamous, cool, that's fine. But here's the ugliest thing that most people will not tell you about women. Women only respect men that can replace them. It's always been that way. They find men attractive that have status and have other women. Matt, we're here on the college campus, right? Who gets all the bitches, guys? The athletes and the frat boys, probably, right? Well, you guys get the dudes maybe, the weirdos in the alley somewhere, but I would say like the heterosexual men that get all the women are athletes and the frat guys. And the reason why is because they have status on campus and other women want them. Here's another controversial take. Women are stupid, okay? And they can't make their own mating decisions. And I'll explain what I mean by this. And this kind of answers this question too from before when I talk about women making their decisions. When women make mating selections, it's heavily based on other factors that don't have to do with what she actually thinks. I'll explain. If a guy walks into a room by himself, okay, it's a dude. If a dude walks into a room with one girl, oh, he has a girlfriend. If a dude walks in with 2 girls, 3 girls, etc., now I want to get to know this guy. What's going on here? What's the story? And the fact that he has these women around him is what's called pre-selection and increases his status. Now, he's going to be more attractive to that woman because she sees other women there. Now, here's the difference. Men, we're not like that. If we see a hot bitch or even an ugly bitch, right, we don't need to ask our friend, hey, do you think she's hot? No, some of you guys might take the fat bitch, the whale, and go out the back door and not let anybody see you. But women don't operate that way. For them, they need social proof that you're worthy. So their sexual decisions and their mating decisions are heavily influenced by society. Meanwhile, for us, we don't need that. If we like the girl, we like the girl. So that's another thing to play and why it's so important for guys to understand this stuff.
Okay, you said women are stupid. Do you not think that there's kind of a reach, like a little bit of a reach, or do you actually think that all women are stupid? Or you say most women you know are stupid? Like
A majority of women are retarded.
Okay. You think a majority of men are not retarded or we're smart?
A majority of men are retarded too, but the difference is, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Men that are retarded are penalized for it. Women that are retarded are not.
So you think people in general are usually retarded?
They are, but women don't pay the consequence for being retarded.
Okay, that's actually kind of a fair point. Okay.
Yeah, like.
All right, thank you.
No worries. Yeah, bro, there's like you could have 50 IQ as a bitch and get like a multi-millionaire. If you got a 50 IQ as a guy, you're cooked, bro. Like, you know?
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
So my question's about your media presence in general.
My media presence.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's pretty clear, like with events like this and on Instagram and your podcast, you've got people in line telling people, you got your workers in line telling people to like ask controversial questions. It's pretty clear that you're trying to like respond with controversial topics and get a lot of views from this.
I didn't even know that somebody's saying ask controversial. That's not us.
But my question is, when you're spreading these things, it's fine for you to have a business like that, but do you, like, first of all, do you think that events like this, spreading misinformation, actually has a real world effect?
Okay, what misinformation?
Like, for example, that you're a Holocaust denier, and
Okay.
you wear those shirts that say, let them cook, like you're promoting anti-Semitic propaganda, neo-Nazi propaganda, like that has real world effects.
Okay.
Do you care about that at all? And if you don't, why?
Okay, so number one, boom. And then number two, when it comes to the Holocaust, here's the thing, and I've been very explicit about this, but I'll say it again. I don't deny the Holocaust. I just don't believe the official narrative that they presented.
The 6 million.
Yeah, I don't believe
But
it.
it's one of the most documented events in history. You can actually do your own research and find that it's 6 million.
Okay.
But you can choose not to do that and spread misinformation. And then all your followers on Instagram, if you read the comments, like these people take this information. That guy two questions ago, like you see, like you can form the political beliefs of some of these people. This has real world consequences that you just seem not to care about.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, you said that it's a widely documented event and it happened, whatever. I'm not denying that it occurred, but what I will say is this, because I don't believe the official narrative. Israel just got done doing a genocide. We witnessed for 2 years bombing all over Gaza, tens of thousands of people being killed, children, innocent people, etc. Every human rights organization has come out and said that it's a genocide officially, right? According to the definition. What do all the Zionists do? What do all these Jews come out and say? Oh, it wasn't a genocide. It wasn't a genocide. Well, we have 4K evidence that it was a genocide. We literally saw the kids getting blown up, but they deny it. So my thing is this. If they can openly deny a genocide that we all witnessed in 4K, what makes you think they won't lie about an event that occurred back in the 1940s with limited video footage, with limited evidence, right? Besides paper evidence that they said that they found after the war, by the way. And then the other thing you also need to understand is that the Holocaust is a very lucrative business model as well as a victimhood magnet. It allows them to monetize through museums, through tours, through books, through movies. It allows them to have a perpetual victim narrative, a perpetual victim status. So anytime someone questions them or criticizes them, they say, oh, Holocaust. And they go ahead and say, I'm a Jew, I'm being persecuted. The reality is that if you're going to go ahead and deny genocide, and we just witnessed that in 4K, won't you lie about with other things, especially when the Holocaust is a pivotal part of your identity from which you draw so many benefits?
What I would say that's important in all of this is finding credible documentation, and that's exactly what they have for the Holocaust. They have the Nazi Germany's own records of the war that were kept in U.S. archives after the war, and like these are credible documents. That's what history is, looking at credible documents. Then when you look at Gaza, a lot of the information that's coming out is not credible. When you look at a lot of, it's true. When you look at a lot of the reports from, like, there's UN agents.
Let me say this.
Can I finish real quick?
If you can, and that's fine. If you could go ahead and deny the Gaza genocide, well, I'm going to deny the 6 million figure, and we can both go ahead and have our
But I'm saying there's real reason to deny the Gaza genocide, and it's much more popular.
Are you Jewish?
I am Jewish.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, okay, that's an ad hominem. Like,
no, it makes sense.
Like,
Like,
a real argument there.
You're coming here pushing the Hasbara.
What I'm saying is that there's information coming out of Gaza that's biased and propaganda for Hamas, and you can choose to believe that, but there's real unbiased evidence for the Holocaust that you choose to deny, and that forms
these
the political
organizations
beliefs
that
of
identify
people
as
as
a
it
genocide
actually
are not
matters.
Hamas.
Anti-Semitism is on the rise in the U.S., and you play a part in that.
Okay.
And you seem not to care.
Here's the thing. Anti-Semitism is on the rise because of bad Jewish behavior. That's not me. I'm not the one that decided to carpet bomb a bunch of innocent people and say it's self-defense. I'm just reporting the facts, and then how people respond to that, it is what it is. And the thing is that, see, you guys don't want to take accountability for conducting a genocide, and I find it also interesting how you're saying, oh, well, this is all Hamas propaganda. Dude, we're talking about Human Rights Watch, B'Tselem, which is an Israeli organization. They're even labeling it a genocide. Many Israeli scholars, many Jewish scholars have come out and called it a genocide.
There's also Muslim scholars that are saying that's not a genocide. Like, that goes both ways.
Like who?
I don't have them off the top of my head.
So, yeah, like, dude, and the other thing is, we have genocide experts that are coming out and saying that this is a genocide. So my thing is this.
Can I say something in response to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You said there are institutions saying this, but the UN institution that called this a genocide, the UN's report that they get information on the genocide about, the 3 leaders of that have long anti-Semitic histories. There is bias in the media, and there's propaganda against Jews in all of this. Like, okay,
you guys call everyone an anti-Semite, so I don't need to take that seriously. Because you said they have anti-Semitic histories. Translation, we call out bad Jewish behavior. Like, the thing is, like, Jews don't like being called out on their bullshit. They just don't, because then you guys want to call it anti-Semitism. Look, I call out every group. I talk about blacks, I talk about Muslims, they do dumb shit. I talk about every group of people, white people, white women, everybody. And my thing is, like, there's just this one group that will cancel you, shut it down, call you an anti-Semite, try to ruin your career, etc. When you say things that are true, right? You guys literally just got done doing a genocide. You guys are doing a whole bunch of wars across the Middle East. And then a genocide that the Holocaust, what you're talking about, to kill 6 million people in that period of time in the way that you guys allege that you killed them just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. There weren't enough ovens for the cookies, bro. There weren't enough ovens for the cookies, man. Like, there just weren't.
You say that, but you can look at the actual documentation. Only 2.7 million people died in that.
From the Nuremberg trials, which were a fucking witch hunt. From like the documents that the Allies found. From the documents that the Allies found, where they were like, oh yeah, these are meticulous Nazi records, and we know that the Russians were there first, and they had their issues, and they forced some of the stuff. It's not that. I'm just saying it just doesn't make sense that it would be conducted in the manner that they allege it was conducted and with the figures that they allege were done. I'm not denying that it happened. I'm saying that I'm questioning the numbers and some of the facts and circumstances behind how it happened. That's a big difference.
See, all right, I don't want to take too much more time, but you can question. Oh, sorry.
And the reason why you guys have been able to use this fable for so long is because questioning the Holocaust or questioning Jewish power or world Jewry has always been a frowned upon topic and can get your career destroyed. So you guys have been able to enjoy no one being able to criticize you about it until we witnessed the genocide that occurred that started in 2023. Now we can criticize Jewish power.
My last statement is that you can question it, but when you put online that your questions are your firm beliefs, your followers take that and make that their actual beliefs, and it's no longer questioning. That's their real sentiment, and it's rising in the U.S. and has real effects.
Again, anti-Semitism is a byproduct of bad Jewish behavior. Simple as that. You guys can't kill people and not think the world's going to wake up and say what's going on
Israel
here.
does not represent all Jews.
Well, of course, that is true. There's a bunch of Jews that have spoken out on this thing, but a lot of most Jews are Zionists, though. The overwhelming majority of them are Zionists. Guys, let them stay. Let them stay, man. Like, we're unlike everybody else. Like, here's the thing: we are better than the left because we welcome them here to have discourse. We can disagree all day, but let them stay. It's good. It's fine.
I got more of a different question for you.
Sure.
So, what do you think about the Houston Texans Super Bowl odds after watching Charlie Kirk go for 8 receptions, 144 yards, and 1 touchdown, according to Stephen A. Smith?
I don't watch sports.
Okay.
I think sports are gay.
Okay. All right. Appreciate that.
No worries.
So Myron, how you doing?
Yo.
Nice to see you.
Someone yelling in the back or something? It's another tranny? That's the same one? Hey, Chucky, come to the mic if you want. Chucky, come to the mic. I know you're mad about the kitchen joke. It's okay. You can go to the garage. Well, hey, well, I think she's mad because I misgendered her. I said, hey, like, you know, be in the kitchen. I should have said be in the garage.
In the garage.
But that's fine. Like, you know?
All right. Hey, Myron, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up?
Good.
If Chucky comes back, let him know, or her, or whatever it is.
Down the similar vein of.
Oh, okay. What's up, man?
Down the similar vein of transgender violence and aggression,
Yep.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to finish the question that Charlie Kirk was, unfortunately assassinated on. So, in terms of mass shooting, what do you believe the percentage of mass shooting was done by transgenders in the last 10 years? Like, how many would you say there were?
I don't know that exact statistic.
Right.
You tell me.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what percentage exactly. I do know that some of the most prominent ones recently, within the last couple of years, were done by transgenders. Now, when I say that I don't think transgenders should have guns, there's a legal basis for this, and I'll quickly explain.
All right.
So, in the United States, right, and I know this from working with the ATF so closely, under 18 U.S.C. 922, having a gun is prohibited by certain prohibited persons, right? There's 9 classes. I don't know if I can name all of them off the top of my head right now, but I'll try. Convicted felons, someone that renounces their U.S. citizenship, a dishonorable discharge, mentally defective people, or committed to an institution, someone that's been convicted of a crime of misdemeanor violence with the Lautenberg Act, a fugitive from justice, and there's a couple others I just can't remember. Illegal aliens. There's like 1 or 2 more. What was that? Say. Yes, yeah, that goes into the Lautenberg one. Yes, being under a protection order, or crime of misdemeanor violence. Yes. So all of these different things. I think with transgenders, a lot of them fall in the category of, damn near being put into a mental institution or being mentally unstable. Oh, and drug users also. Drug users are considered prohibited people, can't have a gun.
On a lot of like SSRIs, a lot of mental medication.
Yeah, because I mean, like, look, they are 100% within their prerogative. They want to transition. They don't feel like they're, if they're a guy, they feel like they're a girl, and vice versa. That's fine. But I think giving these people the ability to carry a weapon when they're not all the way there mentally, I think we have to have a very honest conversation here. And, I'm not for gun restriction. I'm really not.
Right.
But there are classes of prohibited people for a reason.
All right. Appreciate it.
No worries, man. Thank you. And if you could look that up, let me know. Come back up to the mic. And I appreciate you coming from Chicago. Just don't get shot by the Knicks, please.
Okay, I want to debate you on Renee Good. I watched the video a couple times, and it seems like very clear-cut murder.
Okay.
First, I want to walk through what happened, the timeline. So first, she reverses, and then she turns her wheel all the way to the right, and the cop is in front of, or the ICE agent is in front of the windshield, so he has pure vision of her turning it all the way to the right. She starts driving. The car is turning right. He takes time to put his foot down, shoot once through the windshield before jumping out, never falling. He never gets hit over. He gets hit a little bit, but he stays on his feet, and then shoots her twice more to the window. How can the second and third shot ever be justified, and why would he not just jump away initially?
So as soon as they gave her lawful commands, and she did not obey those lawful commands and started driving towards him, whether the steering wheel was turned all the way to the right or not, a lot of people would interpret that as a threat. Once she became a threat, law enforcement is trained to stop the threat with lethal force. They meet lethal force with lethal force. Now again, I want to be extremely clear about this. When it comes to use of force and everything else like that, we don't go off 20/20 hindsight and Monday morning quarterbacking, because when you're there in the thick of a moment and you're not gonna, and you're obviously it's a life or death situation, you're not going to sit there and quickly analyze like, oh, did she turn it far enough where it won't hit me? You just are trying to get out the way and defend yourself and stop the threat. Because once she drove at him, as soon as let me be clear about this, as soon as she started driving at him, all bets are off. She basically became a threat, and now now he is allowed to stop that threat in any way he sees fit at that time, and that's why he did that.
Okay, so I think if you give a citizen with a gun and you put him in the exact same situation, 9 times out of 10 he's jumping out of the way. If you just put a citizen with a gun in that situation, 9 times out of 10 he's jumping out of the way. Why is
you said a citizen?
Yes.
Okay.
Why is the
big difference here? He's law enforcement.
Yeah, I think
he has zero duty to retreat. Because in Minnesota, you're right. If that was a citizen, they do have a duty to retreat to some degree. Yeah, that's more arguable. But from his perspective, he's a law enforcement officer. They gave her lawful commands. She was committing a felony. He has no duty to retreat at all.
Do you think it was very obvious at the time that her wheel was locked to the right because he had pure vision of it?
That's irrelevant.
Why is that relevant?
Because here's the thing. Based off of him looking at her turning the wheel,
yeah,
he doesn't know how her wheel is. He doesn't know the functionality of the car. He doesn't know if her turning the wheel all the way to the right is going to be able to be enough clearance for her to not hit him. Like if someone pulls a knife just this much, right? And they're coming towards you while pulling a knife just this much. Are you going to sit there and wait and see, let me see if it's long enough to actually kill me? No, you're going to fucking dumb that dumb.
He can jump out of the way. Like, why is the bar so low? How unathletic is this guy that he can't fucking jump out of the way? Like he
tried, and he shot her.
No, he stopped, shot her. No, he shot her and jumped. He shot her and jumped.
That might be from training, because they tell you that they teach you, hey, take the stance, shoot, and then he moved out the way after he took his first shot. But dude, again, like if you're
okay, second, third shot. Why did he shoot through the window? He's safe. There's no way he can get hurt. He is to the side of her through the window. 2 shots.
He doesn't, because he's to stop the threat. Once she
stop the threat.
She's a threat. That
to
moving
who?
car.
To who? To who?
To him and others.
He's on. They're all
to him
messages.
And others. Other agents were there.
On the side.
Other people
no
were there as well.
Right. No one's sure right.
Once you show yourself to be a threat to law enforcement where you're using a deadly weapon to them, it is reasonable, it is reasonable to assume that they will use that deadly weapon on others as well.
If the bar is so low that we can't think the ICE agent should know that she's trying to flee, very obviously, then why are these guys our agents? Like, this guy's worse than how any citizen would conduct himself.
Well, here's the thing. You don't get to break the law and commit a felony and then say, oh, like, give me the benefit of the doubt. Like, a reasonable person would say, hey, we told you to get out the car, you disobeyed, you backed up the car. He pulls out his gun is facing you, you drive towards him. And then her wife also said, just drive, go. So a reasonable person is going to be like, okay, I'm going to shoot this person because they're coming at me with a car.
They wouldn't jump out of the way of a moving car. They wouldn't shoot and jump.
Dude, your logic is basically this. Someone pulls out a knife just this much, wait until it's all the way out, and you know it's big enough to kill you. Then you shoot them. No, dude, that's not common sense, reasonable force. You're not going to sit there and try to find out. If deadly force is presented towards you, whether it's imminent, and a reasonable person will believe it's imminent, you can shoot. That's how it goes. That's the law.
All right,
if you want to argue morality and stuff like that, that's different. But I'm saying from a legal standpoint, he's 1,000% justified. And if he does get charged somehow, he's probably going to get thrown out because of the supremacy clause. Or if it doesn't, for some odd reason, he goes to trial, he's going to win all day.
All right, well.
This is the new Echo Dot Max. Better Echo Dot, but with so many questionable decisions that went into making it. So questionable, it may keep you up at night. You see, this is either the beginning or the end. All right, first let's see where the Echo Dot Max fits in. It has basically all the same features as the previous Echo 4th Gen, Zigbee hub, and a Thread border router inside to connect to more smart home devices. Also some onboard sensors, temperature and presence detection that you can use to run routines. On Amazon's website, it also said there's a light sensor, but I didn't see that in the device settings or as an option for triggering routines. So it's either a typo or not activated yet. Not sure. And just like the previous Dot, there's an accelerometer in here that can detect taps to pause or play the music, stop a timer, and stuff like that. And as you probably noticed, the controls look different now. Many are saying it looks like the Death Star. Even the Echo Dot Max agrees.
The Echo Dot Max does indeed have that iconic Death Star look. Spherical, mesh-covered, and ready to command your smart home empire.
Yeah, the assistant is going to try to spin it as a good thing, but it's not a good thing at all. For one, there isn't an action button anymore. You know, the button that has been on basically all the Echo smart speakers since forever? It allows you to start a conversation or end it. I use this all the time, especially if the Echo is just rambling on about something and it won't stop talking.
Set music alarms and keep you updated on
I just
the web.
press it and it's over. Well, this is the beginning of the new Echoes, where you can only stop the Echo with your voice or pulling the plug. Goodbye action button.
One
Don't
question.
worry.
Do you ever feel
It-
kind of like a bitch, like holding water for people who hate you? Like you dress up like a KKK person as though like they don't lynch you for looking just like you. Like how do you reconcile that?
I'm actually a Grand Wizard for the KKK.
Do you ever kind of feel like a cuck? Like hey, like I'm supporting guys that fucking hate my guts or no?
Yeah, I'm actually a fan of. Actually, lots of clan members watch my show. They fuck with me, yeah. A lot of white nationalists watch the show and support.
But do you kind of
Actually, you know what's kind of funny? You know what's kind of funny? I get more love from white nationalists and white supremacists than I do from blacks. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, does that make you feel like a bitch?
Okay, now you're just trying to name call whatever because you got embarrassed in the debate.
Okay.
We have more hecklers than a thing. Hey, if you disagree, you can come debate, man. You can come debate. Is Chucky again? Okay. Yeah. So no, but yeah, dude. So yeah, that was your comeback. Is
No, I'm just
a clan?
okay, fine. How do you reconcile that these guys hate you and you support them? Like they hate people who look like you just because of skin color.
Actually, here's the thing. They don't hate me.
Okay.
Because my thing is I go up. Well, this is what I've realized, right? If you're a competent individual, right, and you have good moral character, you have integrity, you do right by people. A lot of the times, some of the most racist people will be like, you know what, I fuck with you, I like you, and they look at you as an individual. Now,
Okay, so if you're like in like the Jim Crow era, would you like go to KK members and be like, hey, I'm a really nice guy, please don't kill me? Like I don't understand. How is that not a cuck position to have?
it's not about being a cuck position. It's about when you tell the truth, people tend to respect it, and I just tell the truth. Like I'm not saying things just because I want approval from certain groups of people. It just so happens that the things I talk about are so taboo that certain groups of people tend to be like, you know what, I wish I could say that, but I can't.
Do you think the KKK is a good organization?
Here's the thing. I think every single group of people should be able to practice racial nationalism. Like, for example,
do you think the lynchings conducted by KKK members was okay?
Let me go through this. I think every group of people should be able to love themselves. Why is it that people can say Black Power? Why is that Latinos can say Viva la Raza? Why is that Muslims and Arabs can say?
Do you think
hold on, because now you know. Here's the difference. Every group of people can practice loving their group of people and their culture, except for white people. White men, for some odd reason, cannot say white power without being labeled a white supremacist, a white nationalist, and losing every single opportunity because though. But if a black person says, Black Power, we're Black Panthers, matter of fact, right now in Minneapolis, before I came over here, got a bunch of Black Panthers with fucking guns saying, we here for the people. What if it was a bunch of white nationalists doing that? They'd get arrested. They'd be targeted by the FBI. So my thing is I just call out the wild discrepancy where every group of people can love their race and talk about their race, except for white people. Isn't that kind of weird?
That's fine. I don't care about that.
Oh,
do you think it's,
so
do you
now
think it's
he
okay?
gets this proven wrong.
Sure, go ahead, say white power. Do you think that it's okay for the KKK to
This guy's probably Jewish.
Okay, do you think it's okay for the KKK to lynch people?
They don't do that anymore.
Okay, do you think it's okay that they did that in the past?
What was that?
Do you think it's okay that they did that in the past?
Well, here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Come on, just answer.
So-
It's a yes or no question, bro.
If they committed a crime, then yeah, lynch them.
It was
Like Leo Frank, for example. Like Leo Frank, they lynched him.
So when the guy whistles
'Cause he raped a
across
fucking
the street
kid.
from a white girl and he gets fucking lynched for that, do you think that was okay?
If the facts and circumstances are he raped.
Seriously, why can't you answer the question yes or no, bro? Do you think it's okay the guy got lynched for whistling at a fucking white girl?
For whistling at a white girl?
Yes, that's what he got lynched for.
Whistling, no, that's kind of crazy.
Okay, so why are you dressing up as a KK member?
It's funny.
Okay, that's fine.
It's funny, like I mean, like it triggers like pussies like you, like you know what I mean. Like you're just so mad. It's like it's my middle finger to the establishment.
Like
here's the thing
if
you
being
gotta
a cock
understand.
empowers you, go for it. That's fine.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It's a middle finger to the establishment and politically correct pussies that get mad and offended by everything. And my thing is, I have a bunch of funny ass things. I got like a Jewish hat that I wear. I got an Arab hat that I wear. I wear a bunch of like a sombrero. I got a fucking Chinese hat. So, but the thing is that like you know people get the most offended when you whenever you have like a take that like supports white people or whatever. It's like white people can't like love themselves. Like they can't. White people cannot say white power without getting like labeled some pejorative racial term, and it's ridiculous. And I'm one of the few people that calls it out. I think if blacks want to be able to say black power and love their group of people and say keep it black, fine. I think white people should be able to do the same. I don't have to agree with it or like it. I'm actually for interracial marriage, but I respect someone that says I don't want interracial marriages and I want to keep my kids white, and I don't think they should be penalized for that.
Okay, I mean that's fine. I'm just as with KKK, which I don't think is like is very different than that. All right, thank you for your time.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, Ryan? Hey, I just drove out here from Chicago. I just want to say you're one of the realest dudes out here.
Appreciate
you're
that,
more real than a lot of these pro-black dudes, you know, because you do more to help black people than these so-called fake-ass pro-black guys, man. And you know what? I'm glad that you're putting an end to dudes acting like bitches and crying over stupid shit. You know, I mean, it's like, we gotta have a sense of humor about this shit. Even if I don't agree with everything, like,
Tell me the difference between the JBL Flip 5 and the Charge 5 Bluetooth speaker.
The main differences between the JBL Flip 5 and the JBL Charge 5 are size, battery life, and charging capability. The Charge 5 is a larger, more powerful speaker that features a built-in power bank to charge your phone while playing music. It also offers 20 hours of battery life, compared to the 12 hours provided by the more compact and portable Flip 5. While both are waterproof, the Charge 5 adds dust-proofing, IP67, making it slightly more...
So the Charge 5 is way better than the Flip 5. Now I know.
I still fuck with you, man.
I appreciate that, man, and that's a hierarchy thing, because a lot of people, they'll be like, oh, I disagree with you on this one thing and I hate you now. So, you know, the black community is very sensitive, bro. Me and you both know this, right?
Yeah.
Like anybody here that's black, we know that niggas be crying and complaining about everything.
I mean, it's because like this society has become so feminized and people are acting like bitches. Oh, we disagree, so now I hate you. It's like, nah, that
And
doesn't
here's the
work.
thing too, because I didn't get a chance to tell the Jewish guy that, which I don't know if he's Jewish, but he had Jewish behavior. Like, you know, like why, like black people can run around and say, oh, you're a fucking cracker, or you're a spick, blah, blah, blah. But like if a white person like says nigger, they get fucking pissed off. I look at it like this. If, you know, if black people could go ahead and use a bunch of derogatory racial terms, why can't anybody else? Like everybody should be able to do it. I don't care. Like it's just a word.
Yeah,
so
for me, I'm over the racist thing because you know what? I've been fucked over by black people. I've been fucked over by white people. I've been helped by black people. I've been helped by white people. I mean, I'm so over it. I dealt with real racism when I was younger, and I had to whoop some ass. That's what I did.
Yeah.
You know, so fuck it. You know. But thank you.
No worries, man. No worries. I think like, you know, racism is a very natural tendency from human beings to recognize patterns from certain groups of people. And, you know, look, bro, let's be honest. If, you know, any one of us, if we're walking down the street and you see like fucking 5 black dudes coming at you with Nike fleece text, bro, you're crossing the street, bro. You're like, yeah, I'm good. You know, like it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
It's sad, but it's true. But you know what? The way I look at it, just like when I was coming up, someone called me a nigger. I said, "Come do that shit to my face," and I whoop his ass. Yeah. And that was it.
Yeah, and most people aren't like overtly racist gonna hate you for that. Like there's gonna be bias to a degree, and that's fine. I don't care.
Hey,
but yeah, thank you, man.
I make sure they respect me as a man.
Of course, of course. All right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Who's up next? All right. Hi.
Hi. I've been hearing a lot of things you've been saying about like the difficulty with dating and all the other guys. It's difficult.
Okay, just talk in the mic so they can hear you, please.
Yeah, I've been hearing this difficulty, and I really understand it. I just want to say, you would be like, it's really not that hard. You would be like so much hotter if you had a giant cock up your ass.
Okay. So, but why do they do that? Is that another training? Yeah, what is this, man? University of Michigan, you guys got a lot of fucking trainings here, man. What's going on? Holy shit, you guys don't do a mental test before this, huh?
What's up, Myron? I just want to ask a quick question.
And why is it that they always like say something then they just walk off? It's like they never debate. When we were at fucking what was it, USC? The trainee walked up and it's just like they just walk off, man. It's like anyway.
What's up, Myron? I just wanted to ask about your position about trans people and in the military. You said earlier that you don't believe that they should own guns or anything, right?
Yeah.
So I was just in basic training this year when Trump passed the law to get trans people out of the military. And
out of the military?
Yes.
Okay.
And people that I was in basic training with, went through all the graduation requirements, went through all the screening. Why do you believe they should not be soldiers if they love this country and want to fight for it?
Because they're not mentally stable.
Well, they went through the screening, they went through the background checks and personality checks, and the military determined they were mentally stable.
Look, if the military has a standard that actually, like, you know, tests them cognitively and make sure that they're not insane and they're not going to go AWOL or shoot somebody in the back, whatever, then fine. But, you know, I think in general, a lot of these people are mentally ill, and I think that we need to, if we're going to give them a rifle and put them next to other infantrymen, we should really make sure that we're, you know, assessing them properly.
Yeah.
Because I don't want them, you know, because at the end of the day, you're only as strong as your weakest part.
Yeah, like I said, these people that I went through all the graduation requirements. They shot sharpshooter, they were marksmen, and at the end, Trump just decided that trans people in general should not be in the military, despite going through all like the cognitive testing and being fine.
Yeah, well, yeah, you got to remember, like, just because you know a few people that were fine doesn't mean like others aren't mentally ill and something wrong
Well, yeah,
with them. It's a case-by-case situation.
Well, that's why the military has screening, and these people made it through the screening. They made it through basic training. They were ready to fight for this country and be soldiers, and they were just
Sure. I mean, there's always going to be exceptions, but I think in general practice, a lot of transsexuals have mental problems.
They got all of them out, and there was no exceptions. I just want to know if you agree or disagree with that law.
Like, look, I don't oppose it.
Okay.
I don't.
So you don't care for the exceptions. Like these people went through, like I said, they are qualified. They went through all the cognitive testing. They went through all the background check. You worked in like FBI or something like that. They have personality tests and shit like that. So these people made it through all of that, and they were just kicked out just because of a general law. So I think that's fucked up. What about you?
Well, again, I do understand that there's going to be some exceptions where that's kind of fucked up or whatever else it may be. But I do understand also that is the risk worth it? It's got to be, okay, do we want to like broaden this out and let these people come in, and then there might be some crazy that, you know, become renegades later on? It's a tough situation, man. It's a tough situation.
That's why we have screening, and that's why, like, you know, the military is a very powerful branch. You know, we just...
Maybe they can add another component for another level of screening to get them back.
So you disagree with that law, to just kick them all out, say fuck it. You know, these people went through boot camp, they finished everything, they were just...
I would say I'm indifferent to it, because I understand why Trump probably brought that in, because a lot of transsexuals tend to be extremely unstable. So I see why he did it, so, but I also see your perspective. I see both sides, so... Yeah, I would say in this particular scenario, based on your particular circumstances, I would say I'm indifferent.
All right, thank you for the time.
No worries.
Hi.
Yo.
I was chill. I don't want to waste everyone's time. Can I like set a timer? Like, what's the discussable amount of time for you? Like 8 minutes, 7 minutes,
3 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just ask what is your question or your topic? Or
I want to do the topic. I personally believe open borders are good. Like, there should be less border security.
Okay, so you're more pro mass immigration.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
So it's like 3 minutes, chill with you. 4
Just
minutes.
try to summarize your top points if you can.
Okay, just like very quickly, I think first is if you were a Nazi, you would want open borders, because during World War II, the Nazis lost World War II. They don't have enough manpower. The Soviets, you know, they recruit all kinds of people. Doesn't matter what color they are. So they just destroyed the Nazis. I think that there's a massive national security issue with China attacking the United States. Now we need more people working here. We need immigrants. We need useful, productive people. And if we close the border and just keep ourselves in an echo chamber, we're just going to die out. And like countries who don't take in the immigrants just dominate us. I think immigrants are better in terms of economic productivity. I think they're better people. And yeah, I'll stop there now. But yeah.
All of them? Or just some of them?
I believe majority. Obviously, there's some bad migrants, but I think majority, like, pros outweigh the cons.
Well, this is like a multi-pronged issue, because I see what you're saying, because you're arguing from the perspective of, well, we need more people, and I think what we really, if we're going to go from that angle, we need people having kids. The birth rates are low, right?
You can't force people to have kids, though. It's a choice
Yeah,
for them.
yeah, no, I know. But what I'm trying to say is like that comes from another problem, which is why I'm so critical of feminism. Like, birth rates are low.
Well, let's talk about migration though.
But it's important because that plays into it. Like, the reason why we bring immigrants in a lot of the times is because the birth rates are low, right? We see this happening in Japan right now. They've had falling birth rates for a very long time, but they just started allowing Nigerians to come in and foreigners to replace the population. And the problem is that when you bring too many immigrants in, they bring their culture. They don't want to assimilate. They don't want to learn the language. You know, they bring some of their weird customs there. And what ends up happening is a lot of these people simply don't assimilate. Now, with that said, there are immigrants that come here and contribute and assimilate, but a lot of them don't, and that's the problem. And what ends up happening when you do this is a lot of these people don't have nationalistic tendencies. I'll give you an example. Like in protests of the ICE riots, right? We had a bunch of people in California and LA protesting with Mexican flags. That's crazy to me. I'm like, wait, hold on. So you're mad about getting deported to Mexico, but you're walking in the United States with a Mexican flag. If it's so great, go back. Why are you mad about deportation? But that's the problem when you bring in a lot of people in that are foreigners. They don't have a respect and an appreciation for the United States, and they're not nationalists. I think we need to bring back nationalism, where you carry one passport, you care about one country, and you put your nation first, and we've lost that.
Okay, I want to go to your point. So I remember you're doing the person, a Jewish person, like we're calling out bad Jewish behavior. So I want to talk about your point. You've said that there are bad migrants. Obviously, I agree with the premise that there are bad migrants, but would you say the majority of migrants are bad? Majority of migrants are not assimilating?
Here's the thing. There's other things that come into it as well. It's not just assimilation. Productivity, are they following the laws? Are they contributing? Like, there's a multitude of different things that, you know, would play into it. And then keep in mind that a lot of them are breaking the law. We're talking about migrants that come in illegally?
I understand. Yes, including, I think the majority of migrants, whether they come in illegally or legally, majority of them are good. They produce more for the country than bad things for the country. These are statistics. Like, I can tell you the studies, the facts, like, but I'm out of time, but it's up to you if you want to keep
Are you talking about illegal aliens?
Including all immigrants, so that would include illegal ones.
Yeah, well, I would want to go off of, because we would need to cut out the illegal ones, because they came here illegally, so that's, you know, you can't come here illegally.
Well, if we made them legal, wouldn't that solve the issue? Like, make all migrants legal.
No, because then you're rewarding them for being here, for breaking the law.
We make all migration legal, so there's no illegal immigrants anymore. So we're rewarding everyone equally.
No, you can't. If you don't have that's the problem, dude. If you don't have a border, you don't have a nation.
The U.S. did not have border security for like the first 2 centuries.
And that's a big problem.
So you think the U.S. from 1700, 1900 was doing horribly? You think the U.S. was a
times have changed.
Power?
Times have changed significantly. Like now, we're an established country. We have certain things in place. We have a solid infrastructure that's created. Mass immigration at this point isn't really needed. I think we need to focus on what we got going on over here. I mean, it's just you lose a lot of identity when you bring in mass immigration. It creates issues.
Okay, I agree that there are some migrants who are bad, but I'm still not sure why you think the majority of migrants are bad. The U.S. did not have fences on the U.S.-Mexico border until 1990, yet you would agree in 1970 the U.S. is doing amazing. So how are you're like telling people, oh my gosh, migrants are going to destroy the country, they're going to take your jobs, they're going to ruin the world. But the U.S. is doing great.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we can't just let everybody in. Okay, we simply can't just let everybody in. And then also the other thing, like why open borders are bad, is because drugs come in, people come in, terrorists come in. It's a national security problem.
Real quick, I think the terrorists are going to come in whether or not we have open borders or not because they're terrorists. Second, more importantly,
should we make it easier for them?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No. Yeah. Wait. Yes. Because
open borders just makes it easier for them. Like, you know what I mean? It's
not. It doesn't make it easier. The holding open borders doesn't make it easier for them. Whether or not we put in border security or not, they're going to get it no matter what. Like, you don't think the cartel's like dumb enough, like smart enough to get their past.
Let me understand your worldview so I can properly engage with it.
Yeah.
So,
for my MacBook Pro 2015, the keyboard and the trackpad went out, so I need to buy the replacement cord. Which one is it?
For the MacBook Pro 2015, when both the keyboard and trackpad fail simultaneously, the issue is almost always caused by a faulty trackpad IPD flex cable. On this specific model, the keyboard connects to the trackpad first, which then connects to the logic board. If this single cable fails, it takes out both input methods. Because the MacBook Pro 2015 came in 2 different sizes, you will need to choose the cable specific to your screen size. Replacement cables for 13-inch, A1502. If you have the 13-inch MacBook Pro, the part number is typically 8210018-4A. This cable is notorious for failing because it rubs against the bottom case over time. iFixit trackpad cable for MacBook Pro 13 inches Retina, early 2015.
I have the 15-inch.
For the 15-inch MacBook Pro, mid-2015, the replacement part you need is the trackpad IPD flex cable. On this model, the keyboard signal passes through the trackpad before reaching the logic board, so a failure in this single cable is the most common reason both the keyboard and trackpad stop working at once. The specific part numbers you should look for are 8212652A or 923000541. Below are the best options for this specific replacement part. Recommended replacement cables. The iFixit trackpad cable is the gold standard for DIY repairs. It is specifically designed for the mid-2015 A1398 model and comes with a high reliability rating from the repair community. While slightly more expensive than generic versions, it ensures the exact fit needed to avoid interference with other internal components. If you are looking for a more budget-friendly option, the Deal 4 Go touchpad cable is a plug-and-play replacement that requires no soldering. It is a common choice for users comfortable with third-party parts that meet the same specifications as the original. Summary of specifications. Model compatibility: MacBook Pro 15 inches Retina A1398, mid-2015. Part numbers: 8212652A, 923000541.
What the fuck?
Required tools: you will need a P5 pentalobe screwdriver to open the case, and a T5 Torx screwdriver to remove the cable's internal bracket. Installation tip: when installing, be very gentle with the connectors. These cables are thin and can be damaged if they are bent too sharply, or if the connector is forced into the socket.
Bruh, why they gotta make this so complicated?
Are you saying that like everyone just can come in?
I believe the bad people can get in no matter what. Yes. I believe bad people can get in no matter what, but the good people can't get in. So
you're against any type of immigration screening. Like you just are you here with a passport?
Minimal amount. Like yes, I do.
Like no. I'm saying like you're saying for like in your worldview, customs would be there at the border and they just let anybody in with a valid passport from any country.
I would say on the U.S.-Mexico border, I'm not going to debate out those countries. Specifically the U.S.-Mexico border, almost no border security. Like just fences.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's it.
Dude. See, this is the problem. Like, have you ever been to Southwest border?
Oh yeah, I live in Texas. I'm from Brownsville.
And you're for open borders?
Yes, sir. I'm from Texas. I was born in Texas for 10 years. I'm sorry, I lived in Texas for 17 years.
And you're from the Valley?
Yes. No. Yes. The border.
I live in
Brownsville.
Because I spent a lot of time in Laredo. I know exactly where Brownsville
I live
is.
there too. Yeah.
So like,
across Texas.
Yeah, dude, it's shocking to me that you live on the Southwest border and you think we should have open borders. Like, do you not see like a majority of the drugs in the United States come in through the Southwest border? There's an enormous amount of violence on the border. You know?
Yes, I've seen that. I think those bad people would have gone in whether or not we had border security or not. The cartel would have gone in no matter what. I think what's really important is that I had friends in school who need their family, who are good people to come in. The government is not letting them come in. So if we just let everybody in, that would solve the unfairness aspect you discussed, and it wouldn't destroy the country because we had no border security for so long, and our country was doing amazing. And now, like more than ever, we don't have enough people to fight China or national security threats or like people to produce things. Our economy is going to the shitter because there's no people here to do shit.
All right, no, man, that's not that's crazy, man. Like we just don't have the resources to accommodate everybody and bring everybody in. We just can't do that. And the other thing too, like let's look at the Southwest border. If for anyone that's ever been down there, I encourage you guys to go to Southwest border, right?
I've been there.
Like,
yes.
Okay, I get it that you're from there, but for everybody in here that's probably not from there, you feel like you're in Mexico. People don't speak English. The streets are all fucked up and dirty. It's like that. You do not feel like you're in the United States. And this is what I mean when I say, when you allow mass immigration, you lose the identity of the country. Now imagine we just open up the borders. The entire United States is going to feel like Mexico basically Mexico is a close border, or wherever people are from. Like, I am not a fan of turning the United States into these third world countries of where people came from, because that's what happens. They bring their culture over, they bring their customs over, and that's just not, that ruins the American identity.
Okay.
They want to come here for a reason, so why do we want to let all of them come in and ruin what we got?
Okay. Last thing, and I'm going to leave. Thank you for talking with me.
Yeah.
You said that if migrants come in and return American third world country, the last thing I want to let everyone in this audience know is if that is true, why did the United States become Mexico? For the 3 decades we had open borders. That's all.
Well, that's created a lot of the issues that we have now, because like there's long-term consequences. So like, look right now, the shooting of Renee Good, right? I'll give you an example. The shooting of Renee Good. We haven't enforced immigration in so long that progressives think it's okay to obstruct ICE officers from doing their jobs. Like, in other words, a lot of progressives look at as illegal aliens as like not really illegal. They call them migrants, right? But according to the INA, they are illegal aliens, but they don't want to label them that because it's been so long since we've enforced immigration. So what we're dealing with now is the consequences of open borders and less border security, and this is why we have the issues that we have now. Now ICE officers are actually enforcing immigration for the first time in decades, and everyone's like, oh my God, what's going on here? Not knowing that it was illegal to come here in the first place. If you don't have laws, you don't have a country. You don't have borders, you don't have a country. You don't have a nation. So now we're cleaning up, and it's creating a lot of issues for us.
We had open borders for 3 centuries. I can't believe, I just don't know how you can think this.
The country's changed. We don't use muskets anymore either. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, things change, dude. Like,
Hello, yes, I'm back.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
I'll keep this one quick. So you started out as like a sort of male, like, life advice figure, yes?
yeah. Yep. Helping, I still do that.
Yeah, I'm
I
talking
still
about
do that.
relationships, helping people get girls, all that type
I
of
cover
stuff.
everything.
Yeah, okay. Well, I wanted to ask, because I have a few friends back home who do like you. I know them. But I've noticed that all of them have no bitches. So I wanted to ask you. No, I have a girlfriend. It's a loving relationship. It's good, but they don't. So I want to ask, what's up with it? That person who's been shouting out there apparently has 3 partners. Oh, that's crazy. They hate you more than anyone. So I want to ask, what's the correlation there? I guess that's my question.
I teach guys how to navigate dating and understand women. Guys are going to be in different parts of their journey. Some guys might be just figuring this stuff out. Some guys might be in the middle of it. Some guys might be in, a few years. But everyone learns at different paces, and everyone is at a different point. Because I tell guys a lot of the times, in their earlier years, not to focus on women. I actually tell them, build up your status, build up your money, and then get into a position where now you're a desirable person, a desirable man for a woman. Because what ends up happening is if you chase women too early on and you don't have your stuff together, she's going to be more amenable to disrespecting you, looking at you as an equal, and these are things that are inherently unattractive to women, despite what they might tell you. Women are not attracted to men that are equal. They're attracted to men that are superior. It is biology. So I tell guys, become that superior individual, then re-enter the dating marketplace from that